I'm Dr. Sanchit Sharma, director at AIMIL Ayouthveda India Limited. Definitely, Ayurveda has benefited a lot during this period in the Corona times because people are getting more aware about the Ayurveda rituals, and they're going back to the tradition because they know that going back to the basics is the thing which is going to be sustainable, and that is going to be good for the human mankind, I guess. And Ayurveda industry, we talk about in 2019, it was 335 billion rupees, and it is expected to grow to more than 1000 billion rupees by 2025, and it is already growing. And people have started adopting Ayurveda more and more, and during the Corona times, people had a lot of faith back in Ayurveda. And definitely we are looking at the golden era, which is still, I think it is not here yet, but we are progressing towards the golden period of Ayurveda, and definitely by end of 2030, I guess we'll be in that golden era. So I think people are more understanding, and now the ministry and the government is also favoring Ayurveda from last 2016, because since Shri Narendra Modi ji had formed the Ministry of Ayush, since then it has been an upward direction, the Ayurveda market, be it in the health and wellness, be it in the beauty segment, or other categories, prevention and the wellness centers, the Ayurvedic spas, they are coming up. So overall, the industry is benefiting, and definitely the mankind will also be benefiting. I think by end of 2030, we'll be seeing the golden era of Ayurveda. So if we talk about the policy, Ministry of Ayush and our PM, they're trying very hard, and they have been making inroads. And we talk about the WHO Traditional Center in Jamnagar, which came up recently, and PM himself inaugurated it. And WHO had opened the center in India. They could have opened in any other country also, but because of the influence of the ministry and our PM, they chose India, and because of the rich cultural history of 5,000-year-old that we already have, that is why they had chosen Jamnagar. And about the policies, I feel that All India Institute of Ayurveda was formed 2 to 3 years ago, and they still inaugurated a new institute in Goa recently. PM had inaugurated that, and I feel that they are rapidly these things are changing. They are making the changes in the policy. We earlier used to have Farm Excel, which was the Pharma Export and Trade Council, and now Ministry of Ayush has also formed a new Excel, which is Ayush Excel, to promote the trade and export of our Ayurvedic products, to help assist the registration of Ayurvedic products. So ministry is making a lot of changes in the policies, and they are trying very hard that the Ayurveda industry, not only in India but globally, we find a better place. And at the same time, I will also like to tell that recently, which the Ayurveda Day that we celebrate, named by Dhanvantri Day, even All India Institute of Medical Sciences, AIMS, Modern Medical Sciences, had to celebrate Dhanvantri Day, and it was same all over the country. So Ayurveda was launched in March 2020, and as soon as we launched, Corona pandemic occurred, and it was a very tough time. Along with at the same time, Ayurveda acceptance was growing, and we were relevant because that we were having products which were according to the need of that hour, because we were having skincare products, but at the same time we were developing products which are need of the hour, like we had a DRDO sanitizer. And then we also developed Ayurveda, which is a air fumigation. As we know that Ayurveda, traditionally it has been known that air fumigation is a method, and traditionally known from Ayurveda. So we had developed a dhupa, which is air fumigation. So we had stayed relevant. At the same time, we were also focusing on the intimate hygiene and the skincare products. We were gripping the market, because other skincare players were going out of the market because they were not going to be affording the sales staff, and we were just growing. We were not having any expenses at that time, so we were just growing, and that was the benefit that we got. So we got the shelf space, because that is in offline market, it is very important to get the shelf space. So at that time when other players were moving out, we were moving in, and that was a very bold move, I guess, because it was very risky in the Corona pandemic, that being skincare products were not being used all were wearing masks, and selling skincare products were very tough. So with Ayurveda, the challenges that we are facing, that we have faced, are because it's a red ocean market. There are a lot of players are already in the market. Since 2016, there's been a wave of different products and different companies bringing different herbal products. There's a challenge to be specific and to meet the demands of the customer. So we have been focusing on meeting the demands of the customer, being high performance, efficacy based, and at the same time being safe, because we're not using any harsh chemicals. Although a lot of people are saying that, but we are already delivering that in a right way, and we're all having a very transparent labels which are delivering the right information to the customer, and the customer can know what concentration of the herbal ingredients that are being used. A lot of people are leveraging this Ayurveda and the herbal segment which is upcoming, but they are not putting in that concentration which is required for that therapeutic concentration. Being from the pharma background and myself PhD in phytochemistry and natural products, we know the right concentration of the herbal extracts that are to be used to get that kind of a therapeutic action, like we are having glow or acne or hair fall problems are there, or whatever other therapeutic action is required, whether the herbal ingredients used are in the therapeutic concentration or not. So we have been focusing on the basics and following the traditional Ayurvedic sciences, along with combining it with the ultra modern technology, which is so that the customer can be aware, and the youth of the country wants to know that what are the ingredients that are being put, what are the concentration that are being put, it is high performance or not. So we are targeting the youth of the country, and we are connecting them with the Ayurveda, because that is why we are very modern packaging, and that is why what makes us different from others, that we are delivering the results, we are effective, and we are safe. When we come from a pharma background, and we are following the traditional Ayurvedic ritual. If you talk about R&D, being a part of AIMIL Pharmaceuticals, we have been already been spending a lot of time, investment, and money in R&D, and AIMIL already has collaborations with DRDO and CSIR, which are the research institutes of the country. And at the same time, when we had started to work on Ayurveda, we have been working on these products from last 5 years, and being myself being M.Pharm and PhD, I started this project in my masters. I tell you that I had a thesis which was on acne and pimples. So I told my guide that I want to work, I want to research on a product for acne, and I had developed a anti-acne gel in 2012, and I had given that product in my PhD, in my M.Pharm Viva. Along with that, I developed the product, worked in all the departments, pharmaceutics, pharmacognosy, and I developed a nano gel. And at the same time, then when I came to AIMIL Pharmaceuticals, I developed this anti-acne gel, and the same nucleus, same core I had kept for Ayurveda anti-acne face wash, acne cream, and then anti-acne toner. The same, because I had isolated alpha mangosteen from the Garcinia mangostana, that is a mangosteen fruit which is widely available in Kerala and Thailand also. So this was a fruit, from the fruits, the rind of the fruit we had isolated alpha mangosteen, and that is the where from Ayurveda started. Because in 2012 I had developed this product for acne, and at the same time we at AIMIL Pharmaceuticals, we are spending around 4 to 5% of the revenue in research and development. We are having a top class research and development labs, and at the same time we are collaborating with the top institutes of the country, and it took us 5 years to develop these products which are safe, efficacious, and at the same time they are therapeutic, and they are meeting the standards which are required in the skincare industry. Because being herbal and Ayurvedic products, dealing with a lot of Ayurvedic extracts, it is very tough to develop a high performance excipients products which is high performance. At the same time, it is having a very good feel and touch, because when we are using herbal extracts which are the color is very different, and the texture and the odor, to mask all of those, and with the safe and without any harsh chemicals, that was a tough job, and that is, I think, our research and development has done a very good job. It took us 5 years to develop these products.